As I walk slowly towards the lens of the camera, I shall attempt to explain my purpose in doing so, which aims to produce three intended outcomes. Three outcomes that may lead to further ones that may only presently appear to be unforeseen. The first of these three that may be approached, if not entirely understood, as expected resulting conditions is presumed to be the more technical in certain practical terms, as it is intended to determine the optical qualities of a mechanically specific lens that has been chosen and set in such a precise way as to aim to achieve an exactingly precise visual aesthetic effect. The second that might and should attempt to move towards more complex areas of style and behaviour of a human nature that go beyond those of the physics and study of the refraction of light might be to establish my abilities as a potential charismatic presence, or person aspiring to create or recreate a preconceived impression by having rehearsed and now appearing to enact such a relatively minimal movement with these words to read. The third, assuming that the first two are completed to a critical degree of satisfaction as measured by my own self-assessed standards of opinion, will most likely result in a decision to attempt to elevate the finished piece to a status that would result in it being classified and viewed as an extremely important contemporary work of art, epitomising a period commonly agreed to be at its most active around the early part of the 21st century. The piece then, after having been distributed amongst a selective audience, comparable to that of cult proportions, will further filter into the collective consciousness connected to a wider public awareness, with the resulting outcome producing a situation in academic reasoning that could lead to my becoming greatly respected, very well appreciated and most fondly studied amongst future generations of cultural historians, and greatly influencing certain other conceptualists, thinkers, designers and stylists alike. So, with all the preconceived conditions having been produced, and the production of all that could have been hoped to have been expected, and so appearing satisfactory in relation to all the predetermined, highly specific required criteria, along with all outcomes having been fully established and identified, I am left with three main questions. Did the expected qualities and events defining the outcomes occur and so prove to achieve all they set out to do? Could there be any more as yet unidentified and therefore most likely unproved outcomes present in the piece? And finally, though not necessarily above all, are there any more questions? I think the answers are most certainly yes. If not most certainly, absolutely yes.